My brother texted me 3 days before New Year's Eve. "You're not classy enough for the party this year. My party is somewhere else." 20 years of family New Year's parties. Every single one at our parents' estate. And suddenly I wasn't classy enough. I didn't argue. I bought a yacht. 72 hours later, I showed up at the marina where his exclusive party was happening. Walked up to the biggest yacht in the harbor, the one he'd been bragging about renting for 6 months. Brought a locksmith. Had the boat's actual owner on speakerphone. Because that yacht, I'd bought it that morning. Cash. $3.2 million. Named it Broke Boy. The nickname they'd used to mock me for 15 years. The cabin door opened. My brother stood there. Behind him, our entire family. All of them, staring at me. And then the yacht's previous owner said, through my phone speaker, loud enough for everyone to hear, "Congratulations again on your purchase, Mr. Mitchell. She's all yours now." Nobody said a word. I should have seen it coming. The signs were everywhere. Written in every success I achieved that they dismissed. In every milestone they forgot. In every moment they treated me like I was still the broke college kid instead of the man who'd built an empire. That morning started 6 days earlier. December 26th. I was in my office on the 43rd floor of downtown Seattle's newest high-rise. Corner office. Floor-to-ceiling windows. View of Elliott Bay that people paid thousands of dollars to see from restaurants and I got to see every day while I worked. My name is Nathan Mitchell. I'm 36 years old. Founder and CEO of Axiom Solutions, a tech company specializing in enterprise software. We went public 3 years ago. Current valuation, $840 million. My personal net worth, after the IPO and secondary offerings, $273 million. I built this from nothing. Started coding in my bedroom at 16. Built apps in college while my roommates partied. Dropped out junior year to take a meeting with investors who saw something in my half-finished pitch deck. Got funded. Built a team. Built a product. Built a company. 10 years of 80-hour weeks. 10 years of sleeping in my office. 10 years of choosing work over everything else because I had something to prove. And I'd proven it. IPO at 33. Made the Forbes 30 under 30 list. Featured in TechCrunch, Wired, Bloomberg. Invited to speak at conferences. Quoted in articles about the future of enterprise software. My family's response? "That's nice, Nathan. Must be exciting." Nice. That was the word they used. Nice. Like I'd gotten a promotion at a decent job instead of building something from nothing. Like I'd won a participation trophy instead of changing an industry. But my brother Marcus? Marcus got their attention. Marcus was 39. 3 years older than me. Worked in finance. Not his own company. Not his own anything. He was a senior vice president at his father-in-law's investment firm. Made $400,000 a year. Good money. Great money for most people. But he didn't build it. He married into it. His wife was Vanessa, daughter of Richard Blackwell. Old money. Connecticut old money. The kind of money that came from railroad fortunes and stayed in families for 6 generations. The kind of money that had boat clubs and country clubs and charity galas where tickets cost $10,000 a plate. Marcus married Vanessa 8 years ago. Suddenly he was invited to all the right parties. Suddenly he had connections. Suddenly he was successful in a way our parents understood. In a way that came with a pedigree and a yacht club membership and invitations to events where you had to wear specific shoes or you weren't allowed in. And me? I had money. Real money. More money than Marcus would make in 5 lifetimes. But I didn't have the right connections. I didn't go to the right schools. I dropped out, remember? I didn't wear the right clothes. I wore jeans and hoodies to work because I ran a tech company and nobody cared what I wore as long as the stock price kept going up. But my family cared. My family cared very much. Growing up, we were middle class. Dad was a civil engineer. Mom was a teacher. We lived in a nice house in the suburbs. Not rich. Not poor. Comfortable. Dad made $90,000 a year. Mom made $55,000. They did fine. Paid the mortgage. Took 1 vacation a year. Saved for retirement. But they wanted more. Wanted the lifestyle they saw in magazines. wanted the country club, wanted the prestige, wanted to be invited to parties where people talked about their vacation homes in Aspen and their vintage wine collections and their children who went to Harvard. Marcus gave them that. Through Vanessa, through marriage, through association. I gave them money, actual money. I paid off their mortgage 3 years ago, $1.2 million. Paid it in full. Didn't ask for anything back. Just wanted them to be comfortable, to retire early if they wanted, to not worry about money anymore. They said thank you, once, then never mentioned it again. I bought them a new car, Tesla Model X, $75,000. Mom needed a new car and I wanted her to have something nice, something safe, something that said, "My son built a successful company and wants to take care of you." She drove it twice, then went back to her old Honda. Said the Tesla was too flashy. Said she didn't want people asking questions about how she could afford it. I offered to pay for them to renovate their house. The kitchen was outdated. The bathrooms needed work. I'd give them $100,000. Do whatever they wanted. Dad said no. Said they didn't need my charity. Said they were fine. But when Marcus offered to get them into his country club as his guests, not even members, just guests, they said yes immediately. Started going to Sunday brunch there. Started talking about the people they met. Started dropping names of people I'd never heard of but who apparently mattered because they had the right last names and the right zip codes. Every family dinner became a conversation about Marcus's life, about his connections, about the party he went to last weekend where he met someone who knew someone who was on the board of some foundation, about Vanessa's mother's charity gala, about the yacht club, always the yacht club. Marcus and Vanessa were on a waiting list to buy a boat slip there. 3-year waiting list. But once they got it, they'd be real members. They'd have their own boat. They'd be part of the club. Dad talked about it like it was a Nobel Prize. Marcus might get into the yacht club, he'd say at dinner. Can you imagine? The yacht club. I could imagine. I could also imagine just buying a yacht club. I had enough money to do that. But I didn't say anything. Just nodded. Ate my food. Listened to them talk about Marcus's achievements, which were really Vanessa's family's achievements, while my own went unmentioned. The nickname started when I was in college. I was 20, home for Christmas break, sitting at dinner with the family. Marcus was there with Vanessa. They'd been dating for 6 months. She was wearing pearls. Real pearls. The kind that cost more than my tuition. Dad asked what I was doing for work. I told him I was coding, building apps, trying to start a company. That's cute, Vanessa said. Like a little hobby. It's not a hobby, I said. It's a business. But you're not making money yet, Marcus said. Not yet, but I will. So right now you're just... What? Broke. He laughed. Broke boy Nathan. Living on ramen and dreams. Everyone laughed. Even Mom. Even Dad. Like it was funny that I was trying to build something. Like it was amusing that I wasn't born into money like Vanessa. Like I was a joke. The nickname stuck. For years. Every time I saw them. How's it going, broke boy? Broke boy making millions yet? Still broke boy? Even after my company got funded. Even after we started generating revenue. Even after the IPO. Even after I was worth more money than everyone in that room combined. Still broke boy. Because I didn't have the right pedigree. Because my money was new. Because I built it instead of inheriting it or marrying into it. 2 years ago, I stopped going to family dinners. Just stopped showing up. Made excuses. Work. Meetings. Travel. Whatever kept me away. Mom called once. You never come around anymore. I'm busy. Too busy for family? Too busy to be mocked. Nobody's mocking you. Marcus calls me broke boy every time I see him. That's just teasing. He doesn't mean anything by it. It's been going on for 15 years. You're too sensitive. There it was. Too sensitive. The thing people say when they don't want to acknowledge they've hurt you. When they want to make their behavior your problem. I stopped calling after that. Stopped visiting. Sent gifts on birthdays and holidays. Expensive gifts. Impersonal gifts. The kind you send when you're fulfilling an obligation. not nurturing a relationship. Christmas cards with checks. Birthday gifts delivered by courier. Flowers for Mother's Day ordered online. Everything transactional. Everything distant. They didn't seem to notice. Or if they did, they didn't care. Their lives were full enough with Marcus and Vanessa. With the yacht club and the country club and the dinner parties where everyone knew the right people. Then, December 26th, I got the text. From Marcus. Group text. To me, Mom and Dad. Big news. Vanessa's parents are hosting New Year's Eve on a yacht at the marina. Super exclusive. Only 50 guests. Black tie. Champagne. Fireworks on the water. We'll do the family toast at midnight. See you there. I stared at that text. Read it 3 times. Nowhere did it say I was invited. It said family toast, but it was sent as information, not an invitation. I texted back, sounds nice. What time should I be there? 3 hours later, Marcus responded. Private text. Just to me. Actually, Nathan, this is kind of an exclusive thing. Vanessa's parents are really particular about the guest list. It's very upscale. You know, I read that message 5 times, trying to understand what he was saying without saying it. I texted back, are you saying I'm not invited to the family New Year's party? It's not like that. It's just, this crowd is different. It's formal. It's classy. And you're kind of, you wear hoodies to work. You drive a Tesla, not a Range Rover or a Mercedes. You don't really fit the vibe. I sat there in my office, looking at that text, trying to process it. My brother was uninviting me from the family New Year's party because I wasn't classy enough. Because I built my own company instead of marrying into money. Because I drove the wrong kind of luxury car. Because I wore hoodies. I texted, I've been to black tie events. I own tuxedos. I know how to dress. It's not just about the clothes. It's about the whole thing. The way you talk about work. The way you are. Vanessa's parents are very traditional. Very old school wealth. They don't really get the tech thing. And honestly, it's easier if you just sit this one out. So I'm not classy enough for the family party. Don't make it dramatic. Just one party. You're busy anyway, right? You're always busy with work. You probably don't even want to go. That's not the point. Then what is the point? The point is that I'm your brother and you're uninviting me from a family event because I don't fit your wife's parents' standards. Okay, you're clearly upset. Let's talk about this later when you're calmer. I'm perfectly calm. You're being sensitive. Again, look, my party is somewhere else. You can do your own thing. No big deal. My party is somewhere else. Like I was a child being shuffled off to the kids' table. Like I was an embarrassment to manage. I didn't respond. Just put my phone down. Sat in my office. Looked out at the city I'd succeeded in. The city where I'd built something real. The city where people knew my name and respected what I'd done. And my family thought I wasn't classy enough. I called my CFO. Jessica, what's our cash position right now? Good morning to you too. We have about 80 million in the business checking account. Why? I need to make a personal withdrawal. Large one. How large? 3 million. Maybe 4. Pause. Nathan, what are you buying? A yacht. A yacht. Yes. Like a boat. A big boat. Yes. May I ask why you're suddenly buying a yacht? Because my brother doesn't think I'm classy enough for his party. So I'm going to show him what class actually looks like. Another pause. I'm not going to talk you out of this, am I? No. Okay. Let me get the wire transfer paperwork ready. Do you have a specific yacht in mind? I will in about 4 hours. I hung up, called a yacht broker I'd met at a tech conference 2 years ago. Guy named Derek. He'd given me his card. Told me if I ever wanted to buy a boat, he was my guy. I'd laughed it off then. Didn't laugh now. Derek? This is Nathan Mitchell. We met at TechCrunch 2 years ago. Nathan? Yes. How are you? Still crushing it in the software world. Doing well. Listen, I need to buy a yacht. Today. What do you have available? Today? Like today. Today. Okay. Wow. Okay. What's your budget? 3 to 4 million. I want something impressive, something that makes a statement, and I need it by New Year's Eve. That's 5 days from now. I know. Can you do it? For 3 to 4 million? With 5 days notice? Nathan, I can make miracles happen. Give me 2 hours. I'll send you options. 3 hours later, I had 6 options. All of them beautiful. All of them impressive. But only one of them was perfect. 85-foot Sunseeker yacht. Currently docked at the Seattle Marina. Owner was selling because he was relocating to Monaco. Asking price, $3.4 million. Fully furnished. Fully staffed. Captain included. Ready to go immediately. And the best part? It was docked at the exact marina where Vanessa's parents were hosting their exclusive party. I called Derek. The Sunseeker. I'll take it. You want to see it first? No. Send me the paperwork. I'll sign today. Wire transfer by end of business. Nathan, you're going to love this boat. It's a beauty. Top of the line. Entertainment system. Full kitchen. Master suite. 3 guest cabins. This thing is incredible. Good. One more thing. I want to rename it. How fast can we get that done? Depends on the name. What are you thinking? Broke Boy. Silence. You want to name a $3.4 million yacht Broke Boy? Yes. Any particular reason? Personal reasons. Okay, it's your boat. We can get the name changed in 48 hours if we rush it. I know a guy. Rush it. I signed the paperwork that afternoon. Wired $3.2 million. I negotiated by 5 p.m. The boat was mine by 7 p.m. The name change was filed by 9 p.m. I didn't tell anyone. Not my parents. Not Marcus. Not anyone in my family. Just went about my business. Worked. Went to meetings. Acted like everything was normal. December 30th. I got a call from Mom. Nathan, honey, are you doing anything for New Year's? Working, probably. Why? Well, Marcus is having this lovely party on a yacht. Very nice event. I thought maybe you'd like to come. Did Marcus invite me? Pause. I'm sure he meant to. You know how busy he is. Mom, he specifically uninvited me. Said I wasn't classy enough. He didn't mean it like that. That's exactly how he meant it. You're being sensitive again. He's just trying to make a good impression on Vanessa's family. You understand, don't you? No, actually. I don't understand why my own brother thinks I'm an embarrassment. Nobody thinks you're an embarrassment. You've done very well for yourself. Everyone's very proud. Are they? Of course. Then why does Marcus still call me Broke Boy? Why does Dad talk about Marcus's yacht club membership like it's more impressive than the company I built? Why does nobody in this family treat me like I've accomplished anything? That's not true. It is true. And I'm done pretending it's not. She went quiet. That long silence that meant I was causing problems again. That meant I was making things difficult by having feelings about how they treated me. Fine, she said finally. Don't come to the party. Stay home and work. That's what you always do anyway. She hung up. I sat there, phone in hand, staring at nothing. Then I called Derek. The boat. Is everything ready? Ready to go. Name's on it. She looks beautiful. When do you want to take ownership? New Year's Eve. Morning. I want the captain and full crew there. I want everything spotless. I want it perfect. You got it. Big party planned. Something like that. December 31st. New Year's Eve. I woke up at 6 a.m., put on the most expensive suit I owned. Tom Ford. Dark blue. Fitted perfectly. Cost $4,500. Paired it with a white shirt. Black tie. Italian leather shoes. Watch that cost more than Marcus made in a month. I looked at myself in the mirror. Looked classy. Looked successful. Looked like exactly the kind of person who belonged at an exclusive yacht party. Then I drove to the marina. 7 a.m. party didn't start until 7 p.m. But I needed time. The marina was beautiful. Expensive boats everywhere. 50 feet, 60 feet, 70 feet. And there, at the end of the dock, was mine. 85 feet of gleaming white perfection. 3 decks. Modern lines. And on the stern, in elegant gold lettering. Broke boy. I stood on the dock, stared at it, at this absurd, expensive, beautiful middle finger to everyone who'd ever underestimated me. The captain came out, man in his 50s, professional, experienced. Mr. Mitchell? That's me. Captain James Morrison. Welcome aboard. She's all ready for you. Thank you. Can you show me around? He gave me the tour. Main deck with full entertainment area. Couches, bar, sound system, kitchen that would make a professional chef jealous. Lower deck with 4 cabins. Master suite with king bed and full bathroom. Upper deck with open-air seating. Controls. Captain's chair. It was excessive. It was unnecessary. It was perfect. What time is the party on the other boat? I asked. The Blackwell party? 7 p.m. They're on the Serenity. Rented it for the week. It's docked 3 slips down from here. Perfect. I need you to make sure we're visible from there. All lights on. Everything perfect. Can you do that? Absolutely. Any particular reason? I'm making a statement. He smiled. Small smile. Like he understood exactly what kind of statement I was making. I'll make sure you make it loud and clear. I spent the day on the boat, getting familiar with it, making sure everything was perfect. The crew arrived at 4. 3 people, 2 servers, 1 bartender, all professional, all discreet. At 6:30, I called my assistant. Karen, I need a favor. What's up? I need you to find the number for the Serenity. Yacht docked at Seattle Marina. Rented by Richard and Patricia Blackwell. The Blackwell party? The one you weren't invited to. That's the one. Nathan, what are you doing? Something I should have done years ago. She called me back in 10 minutes. I have the main line for the yacht. What do you need it for? I'm going to call them in about an hour. When I do, I need you to patch through to Richard Blackwell directly. Tell him it's about his party. Tell him it's urgent. This is going to be interesting. That's one word for it. At 7 p.m., the party started. I watched from my boat, saw the guests arriving. Expensive cars, valets, people in tuxedos and evening gowns. 50 people. Exactly like Marcus said. I saw my parents arrive. Dad in a tuxedo that looked rented. Mom in a dress that was nice but not expensive nice. They looked out of place but happy. Excited to be included in something this exclusive. I saw Marcus and Vanessa. Vanessa in a dress that probably cost more than my first car. Marcus in a tuxedo that fit perfectly. Both of them greeting guests. Both of them looking like they belonged. And I waited. At 8:30, when the party was in full swing, I made my move. Called the yacht. Asked for Richard Blackwell. Got him on the phone. Mr. Blackwell? This is Nathan Mitchell. I own the Broke Boy. Docked 3 slips down from you. Yes. He sounded confused. Irritated at being interrupted during his party. I need to come aboard your boat. I have some business to discuss with my family. They're guests at your party. This is highly irregular. We're in the middle of a private event. I understand, but I'm afraid it's urgent. It's about the boat you're on, actually. The Serenity. What about it? Well, sir, I need to inform you that as of this morning, I'm the new owner of the Serenity. I purchased it at 9 a.m. The previous owner and I finalized the sale this afternoon. Silence. You're saying you bought this boat? Yes, sir. For $3.9 million. Cash. I have the paperwork if you'd like to see it. That's impossible. We rented this boat for the week. Your rental agreement was with the previous owner, who sold it to me. Your contract is void. But we're in the middle of a party. We have 50 guests. I'm aware, and I have no intention of disrupting your evening. I'm happy to let you finish your party, but I do need to come aboard. I need to speak with my family. It won't take long. This is outrageous. I'm going to call my lawyer. Feel free. His name is Thomas Whitmore. I know because I spoke with him this afternoon when I purchased the boat. He'll confirm everything I'm telling you. Another silence. Longer this time. Fine, he said, voice tight. Angry. You have 5 minutes. Then I want you off this boat. Thank you, sir. I'll be right there. I hung up, looked at Captain Morrison. How do I look? Like a man about to ruin someone's evening. Perfect. I walked down the dock, past the smaller boats, past the 60-footers and the 70-footers, past people who stopped and stared at me, at my suit, at my confidence, at the fact that I was walking toward the most exclusive party at the marina like I owned the place, which technically I did. I reached the Serenity, massive yacht, 95 feet, rented for the week for probably $100,000. Music playing, lights strung up, people mingling on the deck, waiters carrying champagne. Richard Blackwell was waiting at the gangway, 65 years old, silver hair, expensive tuxedo, face red with anger. Mr. Mitchell, I presume? That's me. Thank you for allowing me aboard my boat. Your boat, he said, sarcastic, angry. Yes, let's discuss this privately. Actually, I'd prefer to do this publicly. Where's my family? Excuse me? My family, my parents, my brother. Where are they? He pointed to the upper deck. I could see them. Mom and Dad standing by the railing. Marcus and Vanessa talking to a group of older couples. All of them oblivious. Thank you. I walked past him, up the stairs, onto the main deck. People stopped talking, stared at me. This stranger in an expensive suit walking into their exclusive party. I reached the upper deck, saw Marcus first. He was mid-sentence, telling some story, laughing. Then he saw me. His face went white. Nathan, he said it like he was seeing a ghost. What are you doing here? Hi, Marcus. Nice party. You can't be here. This is invite only. I'm aware. Richard invited me up. We need to talk. About what? I smiled, pulled out my phone, pulled up the document I'd saved there, the bill of sale for the Serenity. About this boat you're partying on. I bought it this morning. Silence. Everyone stopped talking. 50 people, all staring at me. Marcus laughed. Nervous laugh. You're joking. I'm not joking. I purchased the Serenity at 9 a.m. this morning for $3.9 million. Cash. The previous owner and I finalized the sale 3 hours ago. This boat is mine now. Mom stepped forward. Nathan, what are you talking about? I'm talking about the fact that Marcus uninvited me from the family New Year's party because I wasn't classy enough. So I bought the boat his party is on. That's ridiculous, Marcus said. You can't just buy a boat in one day. I can when I have the money, which I do. Unlike you, who works for his father-in-law and rents boats he can't afford. Vanessa stepped forward. You need to leave. You're embarrassing yourself. Am I? Because from where I'm standing, I'm the only person here who actually owns a boat. You're all guests on my yacht. So who's the embarrassment? Richard Blackwell pushed through the crowd. Mr. Mitchell, you've made your point. Now please leave before I call security. Security? I looked around. On my boat? That's interesting. Tell me, Richard, who's going to remove me from my own property? He opened his mouth, closed it. No answer. Dad finally spoke. Nathan's son, let's talk about this calmly. Calmly? Sure, Dad. Let's talk calmly about how my own brother told me I wasn't classy enough for the family New Year's party. Let's talk calmly about how I've spent 15 years being called broke boy by a family that never acknowledged anything I built. Let's talk calmly about how I paid off your mortgage and you thanked me once and then never mentioned it again. We've always been proud of you, Mom said. Have you? Because it never felt like it. It felt like Marcus was the successful one because he married money. And I was just the tech guy who got lucky. That's not true, Marcus said. Isn't it? You literally told me not to come to this party because I don't fit your wife's parents' standards. Because I wear hoodies and drive the wrong car. Because my money isn't old enough. I never said that. I pulled up the text messages. Read them out loud. This crowd is different. It's formal. It's classy. And you're kind of, you don't really fit the vibe. Marcus's face went red. Vanessa looked away. So I bought a boat. I continued. Actually, I bought 2 boats. This one, which you're standing on, and another one. You might have seen it docked 3 slips down. 85-footer. Beautiful. Custom everything. Want to know what I named it? Nobody answered. Broke boy. I let that sink in. I named my $3.2 million yacht Broke Boy, because that's what you've called me for 15 years. Because you thought it was funny. Because you never took me seriously. Nathan, Dad said quietly, we never meant to hurt you, but you did. Every single time you made Marcus's accomplishments more important than mine. Every single time you bragged about his yacht club membership while ignoring the company I built. Every single time you treated me like I was less than because I didn't marry into the right family. Mom was crying now. Dad looked stricken. Marcus just stared at me. I came here tonight to tell you something. I said, I'm done. I'm done with the family dinners where you ignore me. I'm done with the holidays where I'm an afterthought. I'm done being broke boy. I'm done trying to earn respect from people who are never going to give it to me. So that's it, Marcus said. You're just walking away? No, I walked away 2 years ago. You just didn't notice. This is me telling you why. I turned to leave, then stopped, turned back. Oh, and one more thing. About this boat, your rental agreement is void. But I'm not a monster. You can finish your party. You have until midnight. Then I need everyone off my yacht. Security will be here to ensure compliance. I started walking again. Down the stairs, across the deck, past 50 stunned guests who'd just watched a family implode. Richard Blackwell grabbed my arm as I passed him. You're making a mistake. I looked at his hand on my arm, then at his face. The mistake was inviting people who don't value family to celebrate new beginnings. But that's your mistake, not mine. I walked off the boat, down the dock, back to the Broke Boy. Captain Morrison was waiting. How'd it go? He asked. About as well as you'd expect. You want to leave? No. I want to stay right here. Front row seat. I want to watch what happens next. What happened next was chaos. Within 10 minutes, the party was over. Guests started leaving. Cars arrived. People filed off the Serenity looking confused and uncomfortable. My parents left. I watched Dad guide Mom down the gangway. She was still crying. He looked angry. Neither of them looked at my boat. Marcus and Vanessa were last. Stood on the deck arguing with Richard and Patricia. Vanessa was crying. Marcus was yelling. Richard was pointing at my boat. And me. Finally, they left too. Marcus stared at me as they walked past. Hate in his eyes. Pure hate. I'd embarrassed him. Exposed him. Made him look small in front of people he was trying to impress. Good. At 11:30, the Serenity was empty. Just the crew cleaning up. Just the evidence of a party that ended too early. At midnight, fireworks started. All over the city, reflecting off the water, lighting up the sky. I stood on the upper deck of the Broke Boy, glass of champagne in hand, watching the show. Captain Morrison came up, stood next to me. Happy New Year, Mr. Mitchell. Happy New Year, Captain. If you don't mind my asking, was it worth it? Was what worth it? All of this, the boat, the confrontation, burning bridges with your family. I thought about that. Thought about 15 years of being called Broke Boy, 15 years of being dismissed, 15 years of trying to earn respect from people who were never going to give it. Yeah, I said. It was worth it. He nodded, didn't say anything else. Just stood there with me while the fireworks exploded overhead. The next morning, I got a call from my father. Nathan, we need to talk. I'm listening. What you did last night was unacceptable. You embarrassed your brother. You embarrassed your mother. You embarrassed all of us. I told the truth. If that's embarrassing, maybe you should think about why the truth is so damaging. You can't just buy a boat to prove a point. I can. I did. And I'll do it again if I want to. That's childish. What's childish is uninviting your brother from a family party because he doesn't meet your social standards. What's childish is calling someone Broke Boy for 15 years and then acting surprised when they get tired of it. Marcus was just joking. For 15 years? That's a long joke, Dad. When does it stop being a joke and start being cruelty? He didn't answer. I paid off your mortgage, I said. $1.2 million. I didn't ask for anything back. I didn't ask for recognition. I just wanted to help. And you thanked me once and then never mentioned it again. Do you know how that felt? We appreciated it. Did you? Because it never seemed like it. It seemed like you took it for granted. Like it was expected. Like I owed it to you. You're our son. Of course we appreciated it. Then why did you let Marcus uninvite me from New Year's? Why didn't you say something? Why didn't you tell him it was wrong? Silence. Because you agreed with him, I said. You agreed that I wasn't classy enough. That I didn't fit. That I was an embarrassment. That's not true. Yes, it is. And that's why I'm done. What do you mean, done? I mean, I'm done trying to be part of a family that doesn't want me. I'm done attending dinners where I'm ignored. I'm done giving you money you don't appreciate. I'm done being broke boy. I'm just done. Nathan, you're being dramatic. I'm being honest. For the first time in years, I'm being completely honest about how this feels. And if that makes you uncomfortable, that's your problem, not mine. I hung up. He called back. I didn't answer. He called 3 more times. I blocked him. Mom texted. Nathan, please, let's talk about this. You're part of this family. We love you. I stared at that text for a long time. We love you. 3 words. Supposed to fix everything. Supposed to make me forget 15 years of feeling like I didn't belong. I didn't respond. Marcus texted next. Long text. Angry text. You made me look like an idiot in front of everyone. You ruined my party. You embarrassed Vanessa's family. All because you're too sensitive to take a joke. Broke boy was just a nickname. It didn't mean anything. But you had to make it into this big thing. You had to buy a yacht and show off and make everything about you. You're pathetic. And I'm done with you. I read it. Read it again. Looking for any hint of understanding. Any acknowledgement that maybe he'd hurt me. Any apology. Nothing. Just anger. Just blame. Just me being too sensitive again. I blocked him too. Over the next week, I got messages from other family members. Aunts, uncles, cousins. All of them saying the same thing. I'd overreacted. I'd been dramatic. I needed to apologize. I needed to make things right with Marcus. I blocked them all. The only person I didn't block was my grandmother. Dad's mom. 83 years old. Sharp as ever. She called on January 5th. Nathan. Hi, Grandma. I heard about New Year's. Heard you bought a boat and told everyone off. That's the short version. Good. 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 It's about damn time. I laughed. Couldn't help it. You're not mad. Mad? Why would I be mad? You stood up for yourself. You told them what needed to be said. I'm proud of you. Really? Really? I've watched them treat you like this for years. Watched them fawn over Marcus while ignoring everything you accomplished. Watched them take your money and your time and your effort and give you nothing back. I'm glad you finally said something. Dad called me dramatic. Your father is an idiot. Always has been. Loves Marcus more because Marcus married into money he didn't earn. Meanwhile, you built something real. Something impressive. And they can't see it because it doesn't fit their narrow definition of success. Do you think I overreacted? Do you? I thought about that. Thought about the yacht. About the confrontation. About the money I'd spent just to make a point. No, I said. I don't think I overreacted. I think I finally reacted appropriately after years of underreacting. Then there's your answer. What do I do now? Whatever you want. You're free. You don't owe them anything. Not your time. Not your money. Not your presence. Build a life that makes you happy. Find people who value you. And stop wasting energy on people who don't. What about family? Family isn't just blood. Family is the people who show up, who support you, who celebrate your victories instead of diminishing them. Find those people. Thank you, Grandma. You're welcome. And Nathan. Yeah. Next time you buy a yacht, invite me. I've always wanted to see what $3 million floating on water looks like. I laughed. Deal. Over the next few months, I rebuilt my life. Not rebuilt, built. Built something new. Something better. Something that didn't include people who made me feel small. I kept the yachts. Both of them. Used the Serenity for company events. Took clients out. Impressed investors. Made deals on the water. Used it as a tool. A beautiful, expensive tool that helped me build my business even bigger. The broke boy I kept personal. Took it out on weekends. Invited friends. People from work. People who appreciated me. Who valued me. Who didn't care that my money was new or that I wore hoodies or that I dropped out of college. I took Grandma out on it in March. Sunny day. Perfect weather. She sat on the deck with a glass of wine and laughed. "This is ridiculous," she said. "This boat is ridiculous. You naming it Broke Boy is ridiculous. I love everything about it." "Thanks, Grandma. Your father is furious, you know. Can't stop talking about how you wasted money on boats just to spite Marcus." "I didn't buy them to spite Marcus. I bought them because I wanted them, and because I could." "Good. Don't let them make you feel guilty for having money you earned. Do you think I'm wrong? For cutting them off?" She looked at me. Really looked at me. "Do you feel wrong?" "No." "Then you're not wrong. You gave them chance after chance. You tried for years. They didn't appreciate it. So you stopped trying. That's not wrong. That's self-preservation." "Mom says I'm being selfish." "Your mother wouldn't know selfless if it hit her in the face. You paid off their mortgage. You bought them a car. You offered to renovate their house. All they did was take and never say thank you. So yes, please be more selfish. You've earned it." I thought about that a lot over the following months. About selfishness. About boundaries. About the difference between being cruel and just refusing to be used anymore. I wasn't cruel. I didn't say anything untrue. I didn't invent grievances. I just finally, after 15 years, told them how I felt. And they couldn't handle it. That wasn't my problem. In June, Marcus tried to reach out. Email. Long email. Subject line, "Can we talk?" I stared at that email for 3 days before opening it. "Nathan," it read, "I've had 6 months to think about New Year's. About what you said. About how I treated you. And I think maybe we should talk. Not to fight. Just to clear the air. I'm not saying you were right about everything. But maybe I wasn't right about everything either. Can we meet? Coffee? Lunch? Anything. I miss my brother. Marcus." I read it 5 times. Looking for the real message. Looking for the manipulation. Looking for the trap. All I saw was someone who missed his brother, but didn't actually apologize for any of the things that made his brother leave. I wrote back, "I miss my brother too, but the person I miss isn't the person you've become. You've spent 15 years making me feel small, making me feel like I don't belong, calling me broke boy and treating it like a joke when it was really just cruelty. And when I finally told you how it felt, you called me pathetic. You said I was too sensitive. You blamed me for ruining your party instead of acknowledging that you ruined our relationship. So no, I don't want to meet for coffee. I don't want to clear the air. I want to move on with my life. Without you in it. I hope you have a good life, Marcus. I really do. I just don't want to be part of it anymore." I sent it. He wrote back immediately. "So that's it? 15 years of brotherhood and you're just done?" I wrote back, 15 years of brotherhood? Where? When? When you called me broke boy at every family dinner. When you told me I wasn't classy enough for your party. When you took my money and my help and my presence for granted. That's not brotherhood. That's me being your punching bag. And I'm done." He didn't respond after that. Mom tried next. Showed up at my office in August. My assistant called me. "Nathan, your mother is here. She says it's important. Tell her I'm in a meeting. She says she'll wait." I sighed. "Fine. Send her up in 10 minutes." She came in looking tired. Older. Like the last 6 months had aged her. "Hi, Nathan." "Hi, Mom. Can we talk?" "We're talking now. Really talk. Not like this. Like mother and son." "Okay. Talk." She sat down, looked around my office, at the view, at the expensive furniture, at the success she'd never acknowledged. Your father and I have been talking about New Year's, about everything you said, and we think maybe we made some mistakes. Some mistakes. Yes, maybe we didn't show you enough appreciation. Maybe we took you for granted. Maybe we let Marcus get away with things we shouldn't have. I waited for the apology, waited for the acknowledgement, waited for something real. But you have to understand, she continued. We were just trying to keep the peace. Marcus is sensitive about his success. He needs validation. And you're so self-sufficient. You've always been fine on your own. So we didn't think you needed us as much. And there it was, the justification, the rewriting of history to make her behavior my fault. I didn't need them. I was fine. So they didn't have to try. I wasn't fine, Mom. I was lonely. I spent 15 years trying to earn your approval and getting nothing back. And the one time I asked for something simple, to be included in a family party, Marcus told me I wasn't good enough. And you said nothing. I didn't know he was going to say that. But you didn't stop him. You could have said, Nathan is part of this family and he's coming to the party. But you didn't. You let him exclude me. You let him decide I wasn't worthy. And that told me everything I needed to know. What do you want from us? Nothing. That's the point. I don't want anything anymore. I wanted you to care. I wanted you to show up. I wanted you to be proud of me. But you couldn't do that. So I stopped wanting it. So you're just going to cut us out forever? I'm going to live my life. If you want to be part of it, you're going to have to earn it. The way I spent 15 years trying to earn your approval. Show up. Be consistent. Prove that you value me. Until then, we don't have anything to talk about. She stood up. You're being cruel. I'm being honest. If that feels cruel, maybe think about what it felt like for me all those years. She left. Didn't say goodbye. Just walked out. I sat in my office. Looked out at the city. At the life I'd built. At the success they couldn't diminish anymore. And I felt free. A year after New Year's, Grandma called. Nathan, I need to tell you something. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. I'm fine. Everyone's fine. Well, not everyone. Your parents aren't fine. They're miserable, actually. But that's not why I'm calling. Why are you calling? I'm calling because I need to tell you something about Marcus. About why they've always treated him differently. My stomach dropped. What do you mean? Marcus isn't your full brother. He's your half-brother. Silence. What? Your father had an affair 39 years ago, before Marcus was born, with a woman named Linda. She got pregnant. Your parents almost divorced, but your mother took him back, on one condition, that they have another child together, a legitimate child, a child that would prove they were still a family. Marcus, he was born 2 years after the affair, and from that moment on, he was the golden child, the proof that your parents' marriage survived, the child that mattered more than anything else because he represented their reconciliation. And me, you were unexpected, unplanned. You were born 3 years after Marcus, and you were just normal. You weren't the affair baby. You weren't the reconciliation baby. You were just the third child they didn't know they were going to have. So I've spent my entire life competing with a symbol. Yes, and you were never going to win. Not because you weren't good enough, but because Marcus represented something you couldn't. He represented your parents staying together. He represented their marriage working. And every time they celebrated him, they were really celebrating their own survival. Does Marcus know? No, nobody knows. Except me. And now you. Why are you telling me this? Because you spent 15 years thinking you weren't good enough. Thinking there was something wrong with you. Thinking you needed to be more like Marcus to earn their love. But it was never about you. It was about them. It was always about them. And I needed you to know that, so you could stop carrying guilt that was never yours to carry. I sat there, phone pressed to my ear, trying to process this, trying to understand. Thank you, I said finally. You're welcome. And Nathan. Yeah, You're worth more than their inability to see you. Don't ever forget that. I didn't forget. I carried those words with me, built on them, used them as foundation for the life I created next. I sold Axiom Solutions 2 years after that New Year's. $800 million. Took the money, started investing, started mentoring, started building other companies, helped other people achieve what I'd achieved. I started a foundation, gave money to kids who were trying to start businesses, kids who didn't have connections, kids who wore hoodies and drove used cars and didn't fit the definition of classy, but had ideas worth funding. I gave millions of dollars to programs that supported first-generation entrepreneurs, people who built things from nothing, people who didn't have trust funds or country club memberships or parents who could open doors. I built a life that meant something, a life that mattered, a life that had nothing to do with proving myself to people who would never see me. And I was happy, actually happy. Not the kind of happy that comes from success or money or achievements, but the kind that comes from knowing you're living according to your values, from knowing you're building something that matters, from knowing you're free. 5 years after that New Year's, I got married. Woman named Sarah. Met her at a tech conference. She ran her own company, built it herself, understood what it meant to work for everything you had. We got married on the Broke Boy. Small ceremony, 50 people, friends, colleagues, people who mattered, people who showed up. I invited Grandma. She was my only family there. 88 years old, still sharp, still honest, still the only person who'd ever really seen me. "I'm proud of you," she said at the reception. "Not for the money, not for the success, for the fact that you walked away from people who didn't value you and built a life with people who do. That takes courage." "Thank you, Grandma. Your parents wanted to come, you know. Your mother called me, asked if I could get them an invitation. I told her no. You didn't have to do that." "Yes, I did. This is your day, your celebration. They don't get to show up after 5 years of silence and pretend everything's fine. They lost the right to be here. They lost you, and that's on them." I looked around the boat, at Sarah, at our friends, at the people who chose to be here, who wanted to celebrate with us, who valued us, and I thought about Marcus, about my parents, about the family I used to have. I didn't miss them, not anymore. I grieved that loss, accepted it, moved on. I had a new family now. Sarah, her parents who treated me like their own son, friends who showed up, colleagues who respected me, community I'd built from people who chose me. That was worth more than any yacht, more than any amount of money, more than any business success. That was everything. Thank you for walking this journey with me. Before you go, I've left 2 more stories here on your screen. Both from men who discovered that family isn't always who you're born to. It's who stands by you when the truth comes out. Click on whichever one calls to you. And if you want to join our community of people who understand what it's like to be the outsider looking in, that notification bell is your invitation. Until tomorrow, remember, your story matters, even if they tried to erase it.